The headlines. Dismantling of Ima market begins to reconstruct newly. And a destitute polio victim found remaining helpless as he can't afford the treatment. Welcome to ISTV News. Now to news in detail. The dismantling work of Ima Kaital number 1, which was severely damaged in the deadly earthquake of January 4th last, is going on in full swing in order to reconstruct the market building newly. The cement roof of the market is set to be replaced by GI sheets, while the pillars will be replaced by iron pillars. The reconstruction work had begun after the state PWD had a discussion with the workers of Simplex company who constructed the market earlier. On the other hand, the women vendors who had been sitting under the roof of the damaged market have shifted their spots along a temporary set covered by GI sheets on the road adjacent to the market building. The women vendors have been contributing 500 rupees each to pay the monthly charge of 30,000 rupees to the workers of the temporary shed. The women vendors told the ISTV News that they have not received any help from the government so far.
They lambi chathok chasin da su nungaitre de manung da phamba mina su po jom ba nungaite mapanda sai na leirabanina yamna complaint se tawnarakpa da se yari ngai di yam thuna thuba matam da loisan ba pame
ado handak ti kanai mateng longsi na khoi jim meting am tawje na ngangnari bane ba khoi kaithen se khoi sum tham da pachanga janga khai na tawrak pasi di khoi di sahi menjala di khunai sunday wari bane si singuntra kunta tham da asom na kha yapo de ko singuntra biri che some time the Bisala de Koikayang water, Sarkagi, Marab, Kano the Sukarim, the Ganagum, the Habi was like the Badina. See me, they say, when I'm going to Karim, the Saragagi, Kagoto, Ganagum, the milk, Lupatanga, a hamburg, Haibazanga, Kaira, maybe Salako. They see Parishi, the Sanama, the Murasiva, Lamahani, the Kandavia, the Message na. At the corner give the Karatar
Hairiba Kaithen Sang asigi khwaidagi mathak thangba saruk asi karama matamda loisangadagi amasung imaiwen sing asina hanagumna mafam asida nena tana khoi Kaithen phamba phangadagi haibagi matang adudi chap chaba phangba ngamdri paudamjariba cameraman Jiban Galoinana Navakumar Khagopam ISTV News Imphal.
A destitute polio victim who can't afford expenses for getting treatment has been bearing awful misery. According to reports filed by our Dex editor Thiam Ranjan, along with video journalist Ajit Lehauthabam, Jibanlata, a polio victim who is also known as Ichelema Chinglai, a resident of Wangkai, has been surviving with dreadful pain and agony. She was not a differently able person since birth, but she became a victim of polio during her younger days. She had a keen desire since her childhood that she make her own living and live independently. She got married at the age of 26 and has 2 children. However, due to family issues and anomalies, she left her husband's house and her 2 children. Since then, she has been surviving, managing things on her own. When she was capable of working and earning, she used to earn money and help others. Nonetheless, at present, her limbs has become worse and she is living in a pathetic condition that she cannot afford the treatment. Neither her relatives nor her husband have paid heed to her miserable condition. She has been living with this misery for many years now, but hasn't received a penny for help from the government.
ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯒꯤ ꯒꯃꯦꯟꯒꯤ ꯁꯥꯏꯠꯁꯤꯗꯗꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯅꯤꯡꯉꯥꯏ ꯂꯩꯇ꯭ꯔꯒꯩ ꯂꯩꯔꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗꯤ ꯏꯁꯥꯃꯛꯁꯨ ꯗꯤꯁꯑꯦꯕꯜꯁꯨ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯦ ꯑꯗꯒꯤ ꯏꯅꯥꯛ ꯈꯨꯟꯕ ꯃꯤꯁꯨ ꯑꯣꯏꯍꯧꯗ꯭ꯔꯕꯅꯤꯅ ꯒꯃꯦꯟꯒꯤ ꯁꯥꯏꯠꯁꯤꯗꯗꯤ ꯄꯦꯟꯗꯕ ꯉꯥꯛꯇ ꯉꯥꯏꯔꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗꯤ ꯀꯔꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕꯤ ꯃꯈꯜ ꯑꯃꯠꯇꯒꯤ ꯆꯥꯛꯊꯨꯡ ꯑꯃꯠꯇ ꯑꯩ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯐꯥꯎ ꯃꯅꯨꯡꯗ ꯑꯩ ꯐꯪꯕꯁꯨ ꯂꯩꯇ꯭ꯔꯤ ꯒ꯭ꯔꯦꯖꯨꯑꯦꯁꯟ ꯂꯣꯏꯔꯦ ꯃꯗꯨ ꯀꯩꯝꯇ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯇꯧꯗ꯭ꯔꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯅꯁꯨ ꯃꯇꯝꯗꯨꯗ ꯇꯥꯟꯅꯕꯁꯨ ꯈꯔ ꯋꯥꯠꯄ ꯍꯥꯏꯒꯗ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯈꯪꯗꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯕꯨ ꯃꯅꯤꯄꯨꯔꯒꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯁꯤꯗꯗꯤ ꯄꯩꯁꯥ ꯅꯨꯡꯁꯥꯒꯤ ꯃꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯉꯥꯛꯇ ꯑꯣꯏꯕꯅꯤ나 ꯑꯩ ꯊꯕꯛꯀꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯁꯤꯗꯤ ꯑꯃꯠꯇ ꯑꯩꯉꯣꯟꯗ ꯈꯨꯗꯣꯡꯆꯥꯕ ꯑꯝꯇ ꯂꯩꯇꯦ ꯒꯃꯦꯟꯒꯤ ꯁꯥꯏꯠꯇꯒꯤ ꯀꯔꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯃꯆꯦꯠ ꯑꯃꯐꯥꯎ ꯐꯪꯗ꯭रे ꯍꯥꯏꯇꯥꯔꯦ
Chinglai, who has a keen desire to help and promote the differently abled person, has no other option today than to wait for mercy from generous people. She is unable to work anymore due to her medical condition. She is living, groaning with tears in eyes, looking for mercy to be sprinkled upon her. Even though she is unable to work for the time being, she has a wish to help others like her after she gets better and could stand up on her feet again.
ꯑꯩꯃꯛꯅ ꯁꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯁꯤ ꯌꯧꯕꯒꯤ ꯁ꯭ꯇꯦꯖꯇ ꯏꯆꯥ ꯁꯦꯝꯃꯝꯕ ꯑꯗꯒꯤ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯃꯛꯁꯤꯗꯁꯨ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯍꯥꯏꯁꯤꯅꯦ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯉꯝꯃꯤꯈꯩꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯗꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯁꯦ ꯑꯩ ꯍꯣꯠꯅꯈꯤꯅꯤ ꯏꯆꯥꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛꯇꯁꯨ ꯑꯩ ꯍꯣꯠꯅꯈꯤꯅꯤ ꯑꯩ ꯆꯥꯕꯒꯤꯁꯨ ꯍꯣꯠꯅꯒꯅꯤ ꯏꯆꯥꯒꯤ ꯑꯔꯦꯝꯕꯗꯨꯅ ꯏꯆꯥꯒꯤꯁꯨ ꯍꯣꯠꯅꯈꯤꯅꯤ ꯃꯗꯒꯤꯁꯨ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ ꯍꯦꯟꯗꯣꯛꯑꯗꯅ ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯋꯥꯈꯜꯁꯤꯗ ꯗꯤꯁꯑꯦꯕꯜ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯃꯣꯏ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯀꯗꯥꯏꯗ ꯀꯔꯤꯗ ꯗꯤꯁꯑꯦꯕꯜ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯁꯦ ꯈꯪꯖꯗꯗꯅ ꯃꯄꯥꯟ ꯊꯣꯛꯄ ꯉꯝꯗꯅ ꯂꯩꯕ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯁꯤꯒꯤꯁꯨ ꯑꯩꯁꯦ ꯀꯔꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕ ꯈꯔꯁꯨ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯍꯣꯠꯅꯅꯤꯡꯉꯤꯕ ꯁꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯈꯜꯂꯤꯕ ꯋꯥꯈꯜꯁꯦ ꯁꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯑꯩꯕꯨꯁꯨ ꯌꯦꯡꯕꯤꯔꯒ ꯑꯩ ꯃꯥꯃꯛꯅ ꯁꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯈꯜꯂꯤꯕ ꯋꯥꯈꯜꯁꯦ ꯑꯩꯉꯣꯟꯗꯒꯤꯁꯨ ꯍꯦꯟꯅ ꯃꯄꯥꯡꯒꯜ ꯀꯟꯕ ꯗꯤꯁꯑꯦꯕꯜ ꯂꯩꯔꯝꯒꯅꯤꯅ ꯑꯩ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯈꯜꯂꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯃꯣꯏꯒꯨꯝꯕꯁꯤꯡꯗꯨꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯕꯨ ꯌꯦꯡꯕꯤꯔꯒ ꯃꯣꯏ ꯑꯩꯉꯣꯟꯗꯒꯤ ꯍꯦꯟꯕ ꯊꯧꯅꯥꯁꯦ ꯃꯣꯏꯗ ꯂꯩꯕꯤꯌꯨ ꯀꯔꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕꯤ ꯑꯃꯠꯇ ꯗꯤꯁꯑꯦꯕꯜꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯗꯅ ꯃꯣꯏꯁꯦ ꯍꯟꯊꯕ ꯋꯥꯈꯜ ꯑꯃꯠꯇ ꯈꯟꯕꯤꯒꯅꯨ ꯄꯥꯡꯒꯜꯁꯤꯡꯁꯦ ꯀꯟꯈꯠꯅꯕ ꯍꯣꯠꯅꯕꯤꯌꯣꯁꯦ ꯑꯩ ꯃꯣꯏꯗ ꯄꯥꯎꯖꯦꯜꯁꯦ ꯄꯤꯖꯅꯤꯡꯉꯦ ꯄꯥꯡꯒꯜ ꯁꯣꯟꯖꯜꯂꯛꯄꯁꯤꯅ ꯃꯔꯝ ꯑꯣꯏꯔꯒ ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯃꯪꯁꯦ ꯃꯪꯐꯥꯎꯅꯔꯔꯣꯏꯗ꯭ꯔꯥ ꯍꯥꯏꯅ ꯍꯦꯛ ꯃꯔꯛꯇꯁꯨ ꯑꯀꯤꯕ ꯑꯃ ꯑꯗꯨꯝ ꯑꯩꯉꯣꯟꯗ ꯂꯥꯛꯄꯅꯤꯅ ꯃꯗꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯇꯧꯗꯅ ꯄꯨꯛꯆꯦꯜ ꯆꯥꯎꯕ ꯑꯃꯅ ꯆꯣꯡꯊꯣꯛꯄꯤꯔꯒ ꯑꯩꯕꯨ ꯂꯥꯌꯦꯡꯕꯤꯒꯦ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯇꯥꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯑꯩ ꯍꯥꯟꯅꯒꯤ ꯊꯧꯅꯥꯗꯨꯗꯤ ꯑꯃꯨꯛ ꯂꯥꯛꯈꯤꯅꯤꯀꯣꯅ ꯈꯜꯂꯒ ꯑꯩ ꯃꯗꯨꯃꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯅꯅꯦ ꯑꯩ ꯍꯔꯥꯎꯅ ꯑꯩ ꯑꯣꯛꯆꯒꯅꯦꯅ ꯈꯜꯂꯦ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯊꯥꯏꯅꯒꯤ ꯄꯥꯡꯒꯜꯗꯣ ꯑꯩ ꯍꯧꯖꯤꯛꯁꯤꯗ ꯂꯩꯔꯝꯕ ꯇꯥꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯀꯟꯅ ꯈꯟꯖꯔꯒ ꯂꯩꯕꯅꯦꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯄꯩꯁꯥ ꯄꯨꯊꯣꯛꯑꯒꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯂꯥꯌꯦꯡꯕ ꯉꯝꯗꯕꯅꯤꯅ ꯃꯗꯨꯃꯥꯏꯅ ꯊꯣꯛꯄꯤꯔꯛꯄ ꯑꯣꯏꯕ ꯇꯥꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯑꯩꯒꯤ ꯄꯨꯟꯁꯤꯗ ꯃꯄꯣꯛ ꯑꯃ ꯄꯣꯛꯄꯤꯔꯕꯅꯦꯅ ꯑꯩ ꯈꯟꯅꯤ
Kangleipak Students Association KSA has stated that the Manipur Police Department and the government of Manipur have not only been impinging the right to life but also been violating the human rights, informed a press release issued by the association. The association further stated the 5 KSA volunteers were arrested under the wrong allegation that they kidnapped a non-local businessman. However, the fact is that the 2 non-locals who were caught by the KSA volunteers for adulterating ordinary and even expired salt in Tata salt packet to be sold to people to earn profit had even agreed to confess their guilt. The 2 businessmen were asked to confess their guilt before the media and had come to the office of the KSA when the wrong allegation was met. They were not compelled by any of the KSA volunteers to come to the office or were picked up forcibly. It would not be an exaggeration to say that the food safety officers are also involved in a ploy with the non-local businessmen who are indulging in illegal activities such as food adulteration in the state if they don't take up befitting action against the illegal activities by collecting the salt samples and examining it. If the officers concerned try to defend those who are guilty, then the officers should better stay prepared to bear the consequences of it, the KSA cautioned. On the other hand, the association thanked those who extended support in trying to have the 5 KSA volunteers released from jail, the release added. In an attempt to enter the Guinness Book of World Records, a self-trained youth has carved the world's largest pen out of bamboo. Measurement and display of the 22.1 feet, 7,020.8 millimeter including the cap, 6,580 millimeter excluding the giant pen's cap, with a 125.50 diameter in the middle long pen that has been crafted from a single bamboo was attended by government officials and engineers. Crafted by Jiganpao Volnam, a handicraft enthusiast from Chorachandpur district in Manipur who runs Zogam Bamboo Works since 2008 and has sold hundreds of bamboo pens across the world. The specially crafted pen weighs 18 kgs and sported a refill of 280.20 mm in length and 33 mm in diameter. Jinkanpao reportedly took 80 days to turn a dragon bamboo which costed rupees 250 into a usable pen. Zogam Bamboo Works had petitioned the Guinness Book of World Records in June last for the record attempt. He then embarked on the daunting task after contacting officials of the Guinness board. Zinkan Paul said the display and the measurement of the pen was a part of conditions laid down by the board for his official entry into the Guinness Book of World Records. If they are convinced that my pen surpasses the existing record of 18-feet pen that was casted out of iron, I am confident it will make its way into the records book without any barrier, he said. Ginkan Pao said he is also vying for a record in the continent level and in the Limca Book of World Records. Speaking to ISTV News at his hometown at Churachandpur, Zinkan Pao told that it was purely due to his interest of bamboo works which led him to clear the cozy storeroom of his maternal uncle and made it his office cum workshop in 2008.
First da kalam apik pasime pen macha sime adugidi pen macha simba yaredi huzik achaba su simba yae aduga huzik achaba simba yaredi Guinness World Record, the world's biggest, longest and largest bamboo pen. Simba su yage. Adu matamda si kalam achaw Simba. Till today, approximately 1,600 pieces. Yon thokba loire. Si all India, adu outside India. Example, US, Singapore, inside India, the important cities around India.
Deputy Chief Minister Gaikangam has said that development could not be brought up without private sector in a state. He said this during the inaugural function of newly constructed Aurora Hotel of Qingzhou Hotel and Resort Private Limited at More Ward number 9 today. Health Minister D. Korungthang, former Minister Bijoy Koizum, Managing Director of UNACO and Irabanta, and Chairman of ADC Chandel Lukozai Zhou attended as main guests. In his speech, Lukozai said, as there is no good school at More, many parents and guardians have been expending a huge amount and time for studies of their wards in Imphal and other metropolitan cities of India. He drew the attention of the authority concerned of UNACO to establish a good school at More soon. Former Minister Bijoy Koizum said, as there is lack of accommodation at More, therefore many people including tourists and foreigners willing to back as soon as possible. But the inauguration of a 3-star hotel at More by UNACO Group, the inconveniences faced by the tourists and foreigners will be overcome from today onward. On the other hand, he further said, if there is grudge or miscommunication among the different communities living at More, the rate and frequency of tourists will definitely decrease. Minister Korungthang said, the 3-star inaugurated today has magnified the name of More. He further said, More is God-gifted place. If we want to increase the visitors and tourists, a good hospitality has to be rendered to them. Addressing the gathering, Deputy Chief Minister Gaikangam said, the role of private sectors are must to bring about development in a state. The role of government is just to regulate it. The initiative taken up by the UNACO Group is highly commendable and a long way to go. Besides, if there is peace and tranquility in the state, the rate of visitors and tourists will definitely increase. Moreover, people have to refrain from calling bans and blockades in order to succeed the act is policy. President of BZYM O. Malays has said that if the government lends support to those who are skilled in making mats and other attractive products out of reeds that grow in ponds and other water bodies, they can not only make themselves self-employed but also help improve the economy of the state. He said this while an inspection visit at office of the Women's Welfare Association at Konzenglekai, where skilled people, mainly women, are taking up reed works to produce different products including mats, flower vases, trays, etc. BZYM President O. Malays was also accompanied by Chairperson of Fight You Are Not Alone, New Delhi, T. Sangita. Talking to media persons during the visit, T. Sangita said, the marketing will not be an issue if the handicraft reed products are improvised with some additional decorations to make it more attractive to the buyers.
Anova design hapaga mayam singida pamna hekim the pamna bagi keno singse kara akogi designer mayam sing mapandagi bu kaugera kano torga moida class kara lobiraga adagi akhoi leibiriba achoga sangmayam singje khatang moyi mateng je pangbiradi aina haijaning badi taseng habda akhoi gi product singje kanam tagi di kanam mi khuding mak tagi side tagi atopa dagi proper production jiga comparison tawda kashu less oi de hab adubo akhoi gi supportive oiba mi leitabani na akhoi chanisa singje awaba dum thengnai.
President O'Malley further said it is wrong of the government not to try to develop the skill well adapted by the people of Manipur.
Manipur sakhat ke harigadi industry base mathok tai Manipur ngasi sakhat na leiri base industry leitabdagini khai mayamna masi akoi mieng changduna haiba chauba moigi khusa haibagi pothok ase masi pangbiba khoi am mathok tai delhi dagi sugumba sikitang nang lengap tawbiraga Manipur suma production se kitang khoi miam da sell tawba any jaga da any foreign in export tawna bagi aini chanchi aini haijabani.
And now the national news. Congress has expelled 6 of its MLAs yesterday who cross-voted in the recent Rajya Sabha elections in Uttar Pradesh. The MLAs have voted against Congress candidate Kapil Sibal, who won with support from other parties. Out of 6 MLAs who have been expelled from the party, 3 had voted for the BJP candidate and 3 for the BSP nominee. AICC General Secretary and in charge of Uttar Pradesh, Ghulam Nabi Azad, said that they gave first preference votes for the BSP and BJP and second preference for the Congress. The Congress candidate Kapil Sibal survived the cross-voting scare and just managed to win the election. Azad accused BJP for orchestrating the cross-voting in Uttar Pradesh. Earlier, Samajwadi Party, BSP and BJP had suspended their MLAs for cross-voting in the state. In Karnataka, JDS had also suspended its 8 rebel MLAs who voted against its official candidate. President Pranab Mukherjee has been presented National Order of the Republic of Ivory Coast. This is the highest award of the West African country and was conferred on him during his 2-day visit to the nation. On the first day of his 2-day visit to Ivory Coast, Mr. Mukherjee held one-to-one dialogue with his counterpart, Mr. Ouattara, which was followed by delegation-level talks. Secretary Economic Relations Mr. Amar Sinha later told media that an agreement on reopening of a branch of Exim Bank was signed between the two nations. Later, addressing a gathering at the state banquet hosted in his honor by his counterpart, the president reiterated that India will remain the partner in assisting the West African nation in its economic development and growth. A Jet Airways flight headed to Mangalore from Bangalore returned to the airport minutes after takeoff today after smoke was detected in its cabin. Flight 9W2839 with 65 passengers and 4 crew members took off from the Bangalore airport at 10 a.m. and returned at 10:20. A statement released by the airline said all passengers and crew are safe. 4 were administered first aid at the airport. Precautionary evacuation of guests and crew was carried out immediately on landing, the statement added. And now the headlines once again. Dismantling of Ima market begins to reconstruct newly. And a destitute polio victim found remaining helpless as he can't afford the treatment. That's all for now, and keep watching ISTV News Update.